Okay, the resolution stage. So people have been through the honeymoon stage, it was great. Then they've been through the Laurel and Hardys, where there were a little problem. Then they get stuck in the Three Stooges stage, where, boy, it became a tense battle zone in the relationship. And people started blaming each other and feeling blamed, and they were no longer friends, and they spent time either thinking or talking to other people saying, oh, if only he were different, if only she were different, then we can get through this, then we can move on. When people have been in that stage for a while, they're going to move towards the resolution stage, and there are three possible resolutions. And I'm going to talk about them individually, and I'm going to talk about them as if they're clear-cut, but they're not, because many factors go into which resolution a couple will choose. For instance, age. People in their 50s or certainly their 60s might very likely choose something different from people in their 20s or the 30s. Financial pressures can play in, and medical pressures, and certainly children can help to determine which of the three resolutions people will choose. So let's look at each of them separately, but please remember they are not as clear-cut as I'm going to present them. So the first possible resolution is that the couple separates. If they're married, it means often they will get divorced. And even here, this is complicated again for financial reasons, and certainly if there are children, this gets very, very complicated. But the ultimate resolution is, we're done, had enough, see you later, maybe we'll be friends, maybe we're not, but we are no longer a couple, whether we are legally married or not legally married. If the first resolution is separation, the second possible resolution is accommodation. And for whatever reason, the people do not want to separate. Maybe it's the kids, maybe it's financial pressure, maybe it's fear of loneliness, whatever it is, the people decide to stay together. Now, in the best possible circumstances, people essentially come to a truce. They say we can't continue in this kind of a battle zone. They mellow out, they chill out, whatever they do, and they learn to be friends. In the best circumstances here, they will become a very, very solid and perhaps long-term companionship relationship. They may not have the intimacy that one or both of them might have wanted, but that's okay. They're together, right? They've accommodated to one another's personalities. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. It is okay. They stay together, they accommodate, and they continue on in their relationship. The third resolution possibility is what we call transformation. So the separation, accommodation, transformation. And this is where both people say, you know, I am committed to this relationship. I love this other person loves me. We are going to transform the relationship. And what this means, and this is the most difficult one, this takes a lot of work here. It requires a lot of commitment on both parties, not one person, both parties to say, we're going to look at our own behavior. We're going to look at what we're bringing into the relationship, the habits, the patterns that don't work. We're going to really look at some of the unconscious behaviors and patterns that we bring into the relationship, because I really, really want to stay with you and not just have a companion relationship, but I want to have an intimate relationship. And I understand that for us to have that, I got to do my work, you got to do your work, and if we both do our work, the relationship will work. The relationship will deepen, and the relationship will give us the intimacy that we are both choosing to have and really working to have. So if you're in the Three Stooges stage, your choices are to separate, to accommodate, or to transform. And it's very important to ask, what do I really want? And to ask, what does your partner really want? Because particularly if you want to transform the relationship, it's going to require a great deal of commitment, a great deal of work from both of you, and both have to be prepared to do that and to look at some things about yourselves that you probably don't want to look at, that are difficult to look at, but are critical to look at in order to transform the relationship. So those are your choices in the resolution stage: separate, accommodate, or transform the relationship. Now, one last video coming up in which I want to summarize what we've talked about in terms of relationship stages. I want to lay out some of the ways that you can use relationship stages to help you in your own relationships, and what some of the benefits are from understanding what stage of relationship you are in right now.